Yeah, well, when you're remixing anybody's material, it's a real project, man. You know, you have the vocals, and basically what you're doing is you're leaving them hanging in midair, and it's your job to just build something brand new around it. And it really has to fit. It has to feel natural. You got to hear, I don't know if you ever did or if you could ever get a hold of it, but in particular, there's this remix for So Many Pac's So Many Tears that I did.
Mm-hmm.
And on the original master tapes, when a song is getting mixed down, there are things that are deleted in the mix.
Bombfirst.com.
And on this version, what I had never ever known, especially from the album version, was that, what is his name? Stretch, from the Live Squad. Originally, it was on the master tapes. We're in the studio remixing this song, and my engineer, we just sitting and listening. First, the job, when I'm remixing a song, a lot of times, that's what any producer or anybody that's going to remix a song, that's what you should do. So that's what we did. We sat down, and we made sure we listened down to the whole record.
Bombfirst.com.
Acapella. Total acapella. We grouped all of the vocals by muted out all the music, did like an acapella group of all the vocals, and just sat and just listened from the beginning of the track all the way to the end, just to listen and see what was there. And when Stretch came in, I looked over at my engineer, he looked at me, and we was like, wow, we gotta use that. So on the So Many Tears remix that I'm talking about, there's a Stretch verse on there that a lot of people probably never heard. I was going to say, but it's really nice the way, like I was saying earlier, when you're doing a remix and you're leaving the vocals hanging mid-air and you're building around it, it's really nice what I put to it. You know, it really fits. And you can still feel the intensity of his vocals.
Mm.
You see what you just said? On the third verse, you would think that Stretch would have came in on the third verse. And when we listened back to the song, me and my engineer, we kind of understood why Stretch got left out on the song. Not because it was anything personal towards Stretch, but if Stretch would have stayed on the original version and they would have released that, the song would have been too long.
Bombfirst.com.
The true, what's on the master tapes for So Many Tears, there's 3 Pac verses. And on the fourth, there's a fourth verse where Stretch comes in. Come on, we don't know any songs like that, especially ones that reach radio. There's at max usually like 3 verses, and Stretch's was the fourth verse. So now on my mix, I just said, like, I don't care how long the song is. I want all of this. So there's all 3 Pac verses on there, and then the Stretch verse. The Stretch sounds good on there too. He sounded really good. Well, that's pretty private right there, and with respect to the estate of Tupac's, with respect to his estate, I would never ever try to do anything with his music without the proper, release. This body of work is so extensive that there's plenty of room in the future for it to be released. I'm pretty sure one day it will see the light of day. One day. I'll never forget, I went out to L.A. I had to go out there for something else. While I was out there, I remember I was invited by Dr. Dre to this club. He was making an appearance at this club, and I was supposed to be get with him, just to talk with him. So I had somebody that was driving me around out there. So we're driving, we get blocks away from the club, and we get ready to go into this parking lot and park the ride. So we sitting at a red light, and a little black, I don't know, maybe it was a BMW or a Mercedes, one or the other, convertible. We're in like a Cherokee type truck, so we're sitting high. I'm sitting in the back seat. This convertible pulls up at the light that we're sitting at right next to us. So I look down, and my boys, Riff, they was in the truck with me, AB and JR. So I look over to the left, look down, and it was Pac. I could see the car was a little bit ahead. So I looked down, I'm looking at his back. I saw him just sitting at the light. So I rolled the window down, I leaned out the window. I said, yo, Pac, what's up, man? Yo, it's Mo B. And he turned around, he looked back, looked up into the back window in the truck that I was in. He looked. I'm sure it's clear that he looked right dead at me. He knew who it was. He looked back, looked at me, turned his head back straight, and continued to sit there and wait for the light. And at that moment, when that happened, that's when I said to myself, I said, yeah, he probably, didn't really trust a lot of people from New York anymore. But you know what? How could you blame him? I wasn't mad. I wasn't. I understood. I totally understood. I did. And then after that, we parked the truck and we ended up going into that club. I remember Dre was there. Clearly I remember Yo-Yo, she was there. And so we parked the truck and now we going up to the door. You deal with the people with the clipboard and that door garbage. You know what I mean? Well, we were already, I was with some people and supposedly we were already reserved, but come on, if Tupac walks up to a club, he's going right in. Somehow when we parked the car, we managed to make it up to the door at the same time when he was going in. So when I walked up, it would have looked like, and to me it felt like, I was with Pac and his crew. And the second indication to me that, that he really didn't trust New York anymore was when he walked up to the door, they knew exactly who he was. And they just let him right in. And he left me and Rapping is Fundamental, my group Rapping is Fundamental, left us outside and the people who I was with. And that's when I said, wow.